Dearest friends and Ren fam, welcome to another episode of Retro Renaissance. So today, grab your cereal, plop the beanbag down, and let the nostalgia wash over you, because today we're diving headfirst into the glorious, the goofy, the greatness, and the garbage of Saturday morning cartoons. So I'm going to count down my personal top 5 best and top 5 worst. And again, this is just my opinion. They were the cartoons that didn't resonate with me as a child, and some that I just love to this day that may not be as popular as others, but I love them. And we'll do that complete with unforgettable theme songs, maybe some weird trivia, and, a little fun along the way. So we're going to shake it up a little bit. I'm going to be bouncing between the best and then the worst, because for every gummy bear bouncing here and there and everywhere, there's a turbo teen skidding around in a puddle of sweat.
Afternoon. Dungeon Master.
So my number 5 best, Dungeons and Dragons, which lasted only from 1983 and 1985. The theme song, the dramatic voiceover paired with the orchestral magic.
Hey, look! The Dungeons and Dragons ride! Wow, neat!
Give me a break.
I don't like this!
Whoa! What's happening? Where are we? Look out! Fear not, Ranger. Barbarian, magician, thief, cavalier, and acrobat.
So we're kicking it off with a cartoon that made you believe you could be sucked into a roller coaster and suddenly start casting spells. Dungeons and Dragons aired from 1983 to 1985. This show followed 6 kids who get transported into a fantasy realm and are given magical weapons by a tiny Yoda-like dungeon master. The monsters were terrifying, the stakes were real, and it never actually had a proper ending. Or did they? Because thanks to fan protest, they did release the final story, Requiem. Here's a little clip from how it ends.
You are free to return to your world now if you wish, or you can stay here in the realm. There is still much evil to be dealt with, and many adventures yet to be had. The choice, my children, is yours.
The kids look at each other, grinning, tears of happiness in their eyes, ready to make their greatest decision of all. They survey their newly transformed surroundings, the realm's edge, majestic mountains, and puffy clouds. Even the incredible vista of the entire realm itself, with its myriad lands and life forms, its joys, its dangers. Though it's a new realm now, it still is, and always will be, the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
My number 5 worst cartoon choice is Ghostbusters. No, not the real Ghostbusters, Filmation's Ghostbusters. But this one had an ape, yes, an actual talking gorilla sidekick. Filmation's Ghostbusters technically came out first, but it felt like a fever dream fueled by boredom. The humor fell flat, the pacing dragged, and the theme song was more punishment than power. And I know, some of you will disagree, but again, these are just my thoughts. Just having fun. So despite sharing a name with Ghostbusters, it has zero connection to the 1984 movie or the real Ghostbusters. It was based on a 70s live-action series that also had, yes, the ape. Sorry, Tracy.
He never would have believed it if we told him you bowled a perfect game with a golf ball. Stop here. This is where we pick up our next ghost-busting assignment.
Gummi Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the Gummi Bears.
My number 4 best, Disney's Adventures of the Gummi Bears, which lasted from 1985 to 1991. And oh, what a theme song we had with this one. Let's take a listen.
They take pride in knowing the fight for what's right. It's whatever they do. Gummi Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
If you're not humming that theme song right now, you may be legally dead inside. Gummi Bears brought high fantasy to sugary Saturday mornings, with an ancient bear lore, magical juice that let you bounce like a Super Ball, and villains who always seemed just smart enough to get tricked by every episode. And yes, gummy berry juice also worked on humans, sort of. The ogres could use it, but when humans drink it, absolute chaos. Also, this was Disney's first animated TV series. Without it, we probably wouldn't have DuckTales, so there's that.
I have a plan, but it's a very, very risky plan.
It was a stormy night when a bolt of lightning forced me off the road. My car skidded into a government laboratory where a top-secret experiment was underway. I swerved into the path of Dr. Chase's molecular transfer ray, causing me and my car to become one.
And my number 4 worst cartoon comes from 1984, and it was called Turbo Teen. A teen who turns into a car when he sweats.
We can fix that with the spicy burrito. It's nice and hot, Turbo Teen.
Look, I love weird animation, but Turbo Teen took the cake, threw it out the window, and then became the car that ran over it. It aired in 1984 and was mercifully short-lived. And those transformation scenes were kinda nightmare fuel for a kid, seriously. His face melts and warps into headlights. I mean, I'm not sure how that got past the FCC, but, what do I know?
And Alex.
Just beans, but they'll warm you up.
I wish there was another way. Yuck! I hope they're hot enough. Oh, it's working!
Number 3 best is DuckTales. The theme song, I mean, come on, the theme song, right? Life is like a hurricane, go ahead, sing it. And this part, whenever someone says the word DuckTales, it's followed by... So we didn't have Bitcoin in the 80s, we had Scrooge McDuck swimming through literal gold. DuckTales was adventure, humor, and family all rolled into one feathery package, with classic characters like Launchpad McQuack, the Beagle Boys, and Magica Dispel. It gave us a serialized storytelling and epic globe-trotting adventures. And Disney did a revival, and guess what? That was good too. The DuckTales theme song is widely considered one of the catchiest cartoon songs of all time, and it was even covered by Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco.
DuckTales, woo. Every day they're out there making DuckTales, woo.
If you ask me, Dimmy doesn't appreciate you. Yuck!
Hey, Daphne, get the ball!
Okay, Dimmy.
So for my number 3 worst, the Snorks. Theme song, not so bad. I mean, come along with the Snorks. We know this one a little bit, right?
Come along with the Snorks. Swim along with the Snorks.
So I could just see the pitch meeting, someone just said, but what if the Smurfs were underwater and somehow worse? That's the Snorks with their snorkel heads and less memorable characters. The Snorks were clearly playing in the Smurf sandbox, but never found their own voice or their audience, at least not from this 80s kid. The Snorks actually debuted after the Smurf success and even shared voice actors, but the merch never took off. Turns out, no one wanted a plushie with a periscope growing out of its skull.
Oh, I'm having a really great time.
Me too. I really value our friendship. You're not like those other Snorks who only want one thing. Oh, that was clumsy. Hang on a second.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
"By the power of Grayskull!"
Okay, my number 2 best is kind of a no-brainer for any 80s kid. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The theme song, By the Power of Grayskull, I Have the Power, we gotta love it. So let's be real though, every kid who had access to a sword-shaped broomstick tried shouting this in the backyard. He-Man with sheer muscle-bound loincloth wearing fantasy bliss between Skeletor sass and Orko's, whatever Orko was doing.
Last try. Let me see. Wand of glass, clean my room, sweeping through like a broom. Now we're cooking. Whoa, yeah!
But it was peak 80s cheese and I loved it. And yes, He-Man was created to sell toys. In fact, the show was reverse engineered after the action figures were already on shelves. That's capitalism and it never looked so swole.
You can pit He-Man against Beastman playing for the power of Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together.
Beastman's escaping.
The throne, Dad. Dad, you saved the castle.
It's the attack of the giant squeaky toy!
My number 2 worst was Pound Puppies. I mean, I know what you're saying, oh, look at the little puppies being used as a blatant marketing tool. Pound Puppies was based on a line of plush toys, and I know what you're saying, you just told us He-Man was based on toys, so what's the difference? Difference is, with this one you can tell, every episode felt like a 22-minute commercial. It had heart, but not enough bark to stay memorable in my opinion. The toys outsold the cartoon by miles. Also, one episode had a plot about the IRS repossessing a dog shelter. I mean, that's not a joke, that's real life.
It's the Pound Puppies! Here's Cooler, Whopper, Nose Marie.
Oh, we're wearing our doggy coat, aren't we? Don't we look just precious in our dumb widow doggy coat? When we go on our walk, all the other dogs are gonna call you a nerd. But don't feel bad. You'll be the best dressed nerd ever.
So my number 1 best cartoon, again, just my opinion, is Garfield and Friends from 1988 to 1994. The theme song, ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and Friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and Friends. Friends are there.
To help you get started, to give you a push on your way.
Friends are there.
To turn you around, get your feet on the ground for a brand new day.
And I know it's a hot take, Garfield was one of the most subversive shows of the 80s, between the deadpan sarcasm, the slapstick violence, and the bizarrely existential U.S. Acre segments. This was just a cartoon about a lazy cat, but it was weirdly brilliant. Garfield's voice actor Lorenzo Music also voiced Peter Vickman in the real Ghostbusters. I mean, you can kind of tell it's kind of a signature voice. But then, Bill Murray apparently complained that he sounded too much like Garfield, which is kind of meta, right? And then, yet Bill Murray then later voiced Garfield. I don't know what to do with all that. Take it as you will.
Perfect.
I have a very special secret. I'm the only one who knows about tiny people living in our walls called the Littles.
So my number 1 worst. I mean, I'm kind of afraid to say it, because every time I look up Saturday morning cartoons on YouTube, this is one of the first one that comes up, so I think a lot of people love it, but I'm gonna throw it out there. It was The Littles from 1983 to 1985. It's basically the borrowers meeting dental problems. The Littles were tiny humanoids with tails who lived in the walls of human homes. While it had a cool premise, it often felt like Honey, I Shrunk the Budget. The animation was stiff, the plots were repetitive, and the characters were a bit bland. Sorry, Littles lovers, this is just my opinion. But the books were great because the Littles were based on the books from the 60s, which were way more interesting. Also, the animated version had a pet turtle named Slick. Yes, a turtle named Slick. That's the most exciting part of this cartoon in my opinion. But I highly recommend the books.
Oh no, they're playing in the danger zone. Tom! Lucy! You're exposing yourself to Hunter's chemical!
So there you have my top 5 worst Saturday morning cartoons and my top 5 best. I know I missed a lot. There's so many other great cartoons we could talk about. Even video game cartoons, Pac-Man. Pac-Man was great, right? Unless you're more of a Lou Albano Mario fan. Sing it with me.
With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
But I could do a lot more. Although some were regrettable, but all of them were part of the magic. So let me know what your favorite Saturday morning cartoon was, or which one made you switch over to reading Rainbow on PBS. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, slap that bell, all that stuff everyone tells you to do. Just pretend like Skeletor's trying to cancel your snack time. So until next time, Ren fam, keep it retro. Love you all.